Today I'm talking to Lizzie Ferguson, the manager of my favorite store in Toronto, children's bookstore Mabel's Fables. Hi Lizzie, thanks so much for joining me today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
I've been coming here since I was a baby. Today I wanted to talk about 7 of my favorite climate change books of 2023 that I bought with you, and just like last year, I wanted to mention something from every age group. The first one, which I really like, is for kids ages 2 to 4, The Mess That We Made by Michelle Lord. It has rhyming words and gorgeous illustrations by Julia Blaven. The first half talks about what we've done to the planet, and the second half talks about how we can help to fix things. It is for little ones, but the sort of beautiful picture book anyone could have on their shelf. The second one is for ages 4 to 6, One Earth by Eileen Spinall. It's reasons to love the planet and ways to protect it. It is a gorgeous counting book and it ends with One Earth. So beautiful, remember, only one. The third book is for ages 6 to 8, I Have a Right to Save My Planet by Alan Series, illustrated by Arella Fronti. It is particularly important to me because of what I do to try to raise awareness. It is about the rights we have as kids to work to protect our planet, as proclaimed in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child. The fourth is the most amazing book. You could start it at age 8 to 10. I really love it and it makes me feel happy reading it. It's by the Dalai Lama and the adorable illustrations are by the cartoonist who does the Mutt's comic strip, Patrick McDonnell. It's called Heart to Heart and it's another that can be really for any age. It's about how to heal the planet as well as our kindness to the planet and each other. The fifth is Out of Balance by Andrea Minoglio, illustrated by Laura Finelli. It's for kids ages 10 to 12 and it teaches kids what's wrong and it's sad, but it also teaches us that we can still fix it. The sixth is Braiding Sweetgrass for young adults, for ages 12 to 14. But you can keep reading this one up until university, probably when you might switch to the adult version. It's about our home and treating it with respect. My friend Wet'suwet'en elder, Marlene, calls respect Wagoose, and there is history and science and stories all wrapped up together in there like it's a gift of Indigenous wisdom.
We actually did that one with our book club about a year ago and it was a favorite, and I had other book club members asking if we had other books like that, so I'm hoping at some point maybe there'll be another one to read. So I also really like that one. And
the seventh is The Climate Book by Greta Thunberg, and it's a collection of knowledge from over 100 experts, including my friend Catherine Hayhoe. They're geophysicists, oceanographers, meteorologists, engineers, economists, mathematicians, historians, philosophers, and Indigenous leaders, all showing that we have the knowledge we need to fight climate change. We just need to do it. It's super challenging to read if you're 10, so I'd say 14 and up to any adult. I haven't finished it yet, but I love all the essays so far. Lizzie, do you have any climate books that you really love?
I did pull a few books from our collection. They're more environmental than climate because I thought that the books that you picked were really, really great in terms of speaking specifically about climate. But I also think especially for really young kids, an appreciation of what we can do to save the environment really stems from enjoying animals and nature, and of course a way that we start talking about that in younger picture books is just, through wonderful stories. So the first one that I selected is called The Digger and the Butterfly. It is part of a series that includes The Digger and the Flower, as well as The Digger and the Duckling. And one of the things that we love about all 3 of these books really is how it blends the importance of nature with something that's associated with progress and building things that are not necessarily environmentally friendly with things like a construction site. And it is the construction vehicles that are concentrated on protecting animals. In this case, it is a butterfly, but each one has a different message of protecting the environment. And then I also have, for younger kids, just one of the books from Gumboot Kids, which is a TV series. It's actually on the CBC. Each one is a mystery to do with the outdoors, and then it also has activities at the back that you can do. So this one, you can make a food catcher to care for animals and nature in your own backyard, which is a great way to get really young kids involved and interested in the outdoors. This one is probably the most specific climate action book that I picked just to add to your collection. This one is called Count on Us, Climate Activists from 1 to a Billion. And it just talks about how you can start out small. It just takes one person to create big change. So it's a great book with lots of really interesting concepts in it. Moving a little bit older, we have The Global Ocean, which relates more to keeping our oceans clean. It's by Citizen Kid, and they do a ton of really excellent books about activism and the environment. The Last Plastic Straw is another one, and this one also focuses on how we can find alternatives to plastic, which is really important. Something as well that kids can do in their day-to-day life, just every day. As we get a little bit older, this one here is the Children's Encyclopedia of the Environment. It creates a really wonderful overview, especially if someone is starting just to get interested in environmental conservation. It talks about lots of different aspects, not just for the environment, but how humans benefit as well. So we need clean water to help us as well, not just animals, but food waste. These are all things that people can do in their day-to-day lives. And then this one, I think this one is probably my favorite of all of these books, that I think is just wonderful for any age. It has a foreword by David Attenborough, and it came out a couple of years ago around the same time as Our Planet on Netflix. And it talks about all different environments, habitats, as well as some of the endangered creatures in each environment. It's got a mix of illustrations and photographs. And again, it's just a really fantastic way to get involved in the creatures that are affected by climate change. And then finally, for a little bit of an older audience, this one is also a Young Readers edition. So just like the Braiding Sweetgrass one that you picked, this one is the Young Readers edition of Nature's Best Hope by Douglas Tallamy. And this one really gets more into ways you can save the world, again, from your own backyard. So just things that people can do in their day-to-day lives. And it's a great way of starting to create a great habitat for all environments. Yeah.
We were talking in honor of Independent Retailer Month. When you support local businesses, lots of good things happen. Neighbors with more local business log 26% less car miles. Local businesses make purchases from friends' businesses, aid neighbors in need, and to support local farms. It all requires less transportation, sprawl, congestion, habitat loss, and pollution. Buying locally means less money for billionaires to go to space. What environment benefits do you see from shopping locally?
Well, I think as you said, people, they tend to walk to their local businesses, they're supporting their local economy, and by shopping locally, you're using less emissions. And if you're shopping on Amazon, it's a lot of emissions to get those deliveries to and from a spot. So shopping locally really cuts down on that kind of thing.
Yeah. I also read that kids who read for pleasure perform better in English, mathematics, science, and history. They're also more likely to attend and be successful at university. The UN says people who are highly educated are more likely to care about climate change. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely. I think that people who love reading, and love of reading tends to start at a really young age. I think that those are absolutely the people that are going to change the world, for sure.
Yeah. It's been great seeing you today, Lizzie. Thanks so much for joining me today. Click the link below to order some great books for kids from Mabel's. And remember, together kids can save the world. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.